Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is PokeTCG Gamer back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over my conference finals match in the NPL Minors, in which we're playing David and his team, the FC Popplio. As you guys know, we are coming off a win in our conference semifinals game versus Aster and his team, the Montreal Absols, or Habsols. If you have not seen that game, I will link that in the description below. Definitely was a very good game. Spoilers, obviously we did win since we're in the finals or in the conference finals right now. If we win this game, first of all, I want to just go over how important this game is to me. If we win, we have a guaranteed spot in the majors. Obviously, also a guaranteed spot in the finals, in which we would play Mono or Verd, whichever one wins that game. If we won this match. But I really want to play in the NPL Majors. If we do lose, we'd still have a second chance in the third place game. Whoever wins the third place game, which is the loser of the two conference finals, that player also makes it into Majors. But obviously, if we can do it the first time, obviously we want to win the first time and try and get in. But this is definitely going to be a tough game. David has a very scary team. Consists of Mega Kangaskhan, which is probably going to be debatable on whether it's allowed next season. Excadrill, Danekii, his first Zmon, Roserade, Suicune, Mimikyu, Landolai, his second Zmon, Gigalith, Como, his last Zmon, Sneasel, Rufflet, and Musharna. His team is definitely very scary. He has a lot of threats, especially that Rufflet, very scary. But in all honesty, that was actually something that's very, it does a lot of damage to my team if it's like a Sash lead and disclicks Brave Bird versus my team without a Brave Bird resist. But he did not bring that. You guys can see he brought the Roserade, the Como, the Suicune, the Mimikyu, the Danekii, and the Excadrill. So without the Sand, with the Gigalith, I kind of figured that his Excadrill would be Rock, Spin, Spadef to take on my Gardevoir. Otherwise, he doesn't really have much for it. We do have, he brought the Suicune, which in the first game that we played, he didn't have the Suicune. The Como could possibly be Dragon Dance like it was last time. Could be Specs. The Roserade, definitely expecting Spikes, maybe T-Spikes. Mimikyu, honestly, when I saw the team matchup, I was honestly very much expecting a defensive Mimikyu to take on my Terrakion, as otherwise I just click close combat freely on his team, and I knew if he didn't bring them, he had to bring the Mimikyu this time because Banded Terrakion disclicks close combat versus his team without the Mimikyu. So let's just go over my team before we get into the game. So I kind of spoiled it, but I do have a Banded Terrakion with close combat, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, and Quick Attack. Reason behind having Rock Slide and Stone Edge, I don't need any coverage for his team other than my dual stabs. It hits him hard enough. Quick Attack is just for priority if I needed it. But if I don't have to risk the Stone Edge, I'd rather risk the more accurate Rock Slide if I can. So that's what I did. Speed creeping the Landolai and the Danekii. And this set does 2 kills almost everything on his team. The Mimikyu, obviously it can switch in the first time because of its disguise, but after that, Stone Edge does 2 KO even if it's max defensive. Suicune is 2 KO by close combat, and yeah, it just runs through his team. Quick Attack, like if it was to set up Danekii and I weakened it enough, Quick Attack could revenge that, and it just picks off weakened things. So we have next up we have the Scizor, which is carrying the I think it's carrying the Akaberry this week with Sword Stance, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, and Roost. The Akaberry helps me take on if let's say his Sneasel, which he didn't bring, if it was Natural Gift, it could just knock me off. But if it Natural Gifts on my hard switch, if I didn't have an Akaberry, I would guarantee die. So it's a security measure in that fact. And it also protects me versus any other hidden powers that he wants to throw my way, any HP fires that he wants to throw my way with any of his other mons. And Sword Stance could possibly win if I can get rid of the Suicune and weaken his Thundurus. So next up we have, oh, and also the Scissor is mainly there to switch into the Mimikyu, which if it's offensive, it destroys my team. So next up we have the Golurk. Pretty much a similar set to what I brought last time. I definitely had a hard time prepping for this match. It was hard not to bring some of the same stuff because of the way his team is structured. It was hard for me to change up my game plan. But I did bring the same Golurk because Rock's really nice versus his team. And it's a great Mega Kangaskhan switch in and also block spin so I can keep up my Rocks. So it has Rock's Toxic, Ice Punch, take the Lando Eye. And it also has Earthquake, has the Rindo Berry, so I can take things like Grass Knot from the Thundy, or a, like let's say an Energy Ball from the Roserade. So next up we have the Slowbro, carrying the Rocky Helmet, with the same set that I brought last time versus David as well, with Toxic, Scald, Psyshock, and Slack Off. It helps me versus Physical Komodo, helps me versus Mega Cane. Most importantly, it helps me versus the Excadrill, which if it was a Sand Sweeper, it could also run through my team. So there's that. Next up we have Swallow, which is a spec set, once again. Pretty much the best set to bring on it, with U-Turn, Heat Wave, Air Slash, and Boom Burst. Air Slash will OHKO things like Offensive Roserade. It will hit Como, because Como has soundproof, so I can't freely spam Boom Burst. So Air Slash will hit that very hard. And lastly we have the Gardevoir, with Will-O-Wisp, Wish, Psych Up, and Psyshock. This thing with Wish and Psych Up helps me beat his Suicune 1v1 if it wants to Calm Mind, which I very much expected. I don't have much on my team for a Calm Minding Suicune, so I had to bring some kind of precaution. So that's pretty much my team, and I think that we are now ready to get into the battle. Only one thing I do want to mention, thank you guys for holding, or just withstanding how bad my headphones are. I am going to get a mic for future NPL seasons, as well as I should have a mic for after week 1 of the CPC season, which those uploads will be starting about 2 weeks from when this goes up. A little bit less, actually, from when this goes up. So, yeah, we can get into the game right now. So, we lead off with our Gardevoir. One reason, because if you let off with, like, Roserade to get up hazards, or if you let off with the Komodo, I want to be able to hit those really hard, and I just wanted to get off my Mega, really. And he leads off with Suicune, so that actually works out really well for me. So, I'm just going to fire off a Will-O-Wisp, I think. Catching the Excadrill. And right here, after I fire off the Will-O-Wisp, I know he's going to go for Rocks. I'm just going to go hard into my Golurk so we can at least exchange Rocks. So that's exactly what we do. He actually goes hard into Suicune right here as I set up the Rocks. And obviously I can't stay on the Suicune. I could have stayed into Toxic, but it's probably just a standard Calm Mind Rest Sleep Talk Scald Suicune, because that actually runs through my team. And right here he's going to Calm Mind, so I figured he might just Scald here, as he does, and he actually gets a burn, which is kind of unfortunate, but obviously we're not physical. So it's just a little chip damage. So I have a Psyshock here, hoping that he'd actually Calm Mind again, but he doesn't. So right here, I'm back at 73, and I'm not in range of 2 Scalds, even with the burn. So I just fire for Wish, as this time he does Calm Mind, and now I need to Psych it up now. So that's exactly what I do. I Psych up, copy the boosts, and now the Scald is doing only 22. So right here I could have Wished again, but I really just wanted to get damage off on the Suicune. So I Psyshock it to 2 KO as he Scalds, and it does 19. So right here, this was a pretty big turn in the match. I could have Wished up here, but at this point I wanted to get a kill on something on his team. and I knew that he wasn't going to risk his Mimikyu's disguise getting broken right now. And if I side shock, I 2-KO everything on his team right now. And even though Gardevoir won't be as healthy, I will get a kill. So right here I just side shock, and you guys are going to see I actually will 2-KO this X-Screw. It was probably Spadef, but we do have the side shock, so we are able to pick this off because I am actually speed creeping his Roserade. So we, unless he was Scarf Rocks, there was no way he was outspeeding us. So we are now at 45, which means that we can't really take on the Suicune too well. But if the Suicune comes in and we come in at 33, if he rests, we could possibly get up a Wish, and depending on Sleep Talk rules. So right here he goes into his Busted, and right here I think that's one turn I regret in the match. I think I should have just broken his disguise. I think that would have been the best play for me. Gardevoir didn't do anything else in the match, and if I just stayed in and I just broke his disguise, it would have helped me later on in the game, for sure. So, right here I'm just going to U-turn, because even if he will-o-wisp me, I still break his disguise, and if he switches out, I get momentum. So right here, I U-turn out, and I think I go into my guard. No, I go into my slow, bro. And that was another misplay right there, just for one, because I should have just went to my Gardevoir. It would have allowed me to fire off a Side Shock and either kill this or do a lot of damage to it. As it turned out, it was max HP. I would have killed the Roserade, 2-KO'd the Suicune, broke the Mimikyu's disguise, and possibly done more damage to it. Or I could have done a lot to the Thundy. So Gardevoir was definitely the play there, as its usefulness was dwindling down. And actually, he does miss a Draco, which was very, very unfortunate. And one reason why is we're gonna find out right now. This was a crit Draco, but the crit did not matter. He is Choice Specs, Modest, and missing that first Draco really, really sucked because he was able to. I was able to get a lot of damage off on this and put it in range of other things on my team for later, which was very, very unfortunate for him. So, well, another good thing is, I'll talk about it after I get off the Side Shock. The Side Shock is 65, and this is another turn I considered in the match. I calced it. He's leftovers. If he's max speed timid, or if he's max special attack timid, Dark Pulse cannot kill me from this range. I have max HP. But he doesn't know. I'm pretty sure unless he did a lot of calcs with the Suicune, which I'm pretty sure he didn't because those turns went by decently quickly. I'm pretty sure that he didn't know I was max HP at that point. So he could have Dark Pulsed here, which is why I didn't go into my Golurks since I'm Rhino Berry. So I just sack off my Gardevoir here. It would have been nice to keep it around for fodder, or even to send in versus the Roserade or the Como later and just fire off a Side Shock. But I did not do that, as I just let this thing go down. And now I make a misplay definitely right here. This was another point in the match where definitely regret the play that I made. Swallow is definitely my play because I can fire off a strong Boom Burst possibly. But I should have done the calcs for sure and saw that the Side Shock meant that he was no bulk, and that since I'm Spec Swallow, Air Slash does 25 to 30, and that also guaranteed that the Como could not come in and snag another kill. So that was definitely a misplay right there. So I should have clicked Air Slash here, but I didn't want to miss, and Air Slash was definitely the best play. Now line this didn't come back in because obviously it's soundproof. And now I have to sack another Mon. I choose Golurk because my other three are definitely more important. And I'm just going to sack this off here. Obviously, Clanging Scales cannot miss. I'm just going to let my Golurk go down. And if I had my, if I just went into my Golurk hard in the Thundy T, I think it would have been a little bit of a different game at this point. Because I still would have had my Gardevoir run, and I could have brought it in right here and pretty much just got a kill. But I did not do that. Now I go to my Terrakion. Because the defense drops, I can freely fire off a Rock Slide and get a kill. And as you guys can see, if I just Side Shocked at the beginning of the game, he would have had to sack a Pokemon here instead of being able to go hard into his Mimikyu. but now he is not busted. Now his disguise is now broken, but I can't stay in because seeing the leftovers, I'm pretty sure at this point is defensive, and I cannot kill from that range. So I go hard into my scissor, whereas the will-o-wisp was pretty obvious. I could have won to my swallow, but I didn't end up doing that, obviously. So right here, I think I just fire off a U-turn once again, catching the Suicune, and yeah, that's what I do. And now he does not have an air slash resist, and that prevents the Como from coming in, which I should have done versus the Thundy. But now I get to claim a kill, and this is where the match takes a turn. So obviously, I kind of just win if this is not Scarf Roserade, but the way that he's been playing it and the way they brought it in, I am almost positive it's either like Koba, which at that point still, I think the game was still mine if he was Koba, but I was pretty sure he was Scarf. And Scizor was a possible play here for me, but I calculated HP Fire, Technician boosted, even with the Scarf, no boosting item, still kills me from this range, so I will die. Terrakion was a play because that would have allowed me to get a kill, guaranteed. But if I hit, so it would have allowed me to get a kill, but I did not do that either. So I actually just sacked this off. In hindsight, I guess Terrakion would have been a good play, but I did not do that. So now he has to sack his Como, and this is where the Draco miss was very, very unfortunate because he would have been able to switch this hard in possibly, depending on what he predicted. Well, he would have been at a lot higher health than this. He would have been at like around, after rocks and stuff, a couple rounds of rocks that he's been taking, he would have been in the 60s, I think, or the low 70s. And it was just a very unfortunate miss. Definitely changed the game a bit. But I just rock side, pick up a kill. And I am in the position where if he brought in his Roserade, it was a 50-50 in whether he clicks a grass move or a fire move. If he clicks a grass move, I go into my Scizor and I can get a free, possibly bullet punch off, or even a sword stance. So Mimikyu is definitely his play. It's defensive, and I don't really have a play either. If I switch hard into my Scizor, like even if he doesn't do a lot to me, I am pretty much forced to heal up, and he can just either go hard and lose Roserade because I'm burned, and he can just, it's another 50-50 at that point, but Mimikyu is definitely his best play as he's guaranteed to live any hit. So I'm just gonna fire a rock slide, and you guys are gonna see right now. It only does 49, but we flinch. And I definitely just want to talk about this play right here. That flinch, 100%, won me the game. At this point in the match, that was my best way of winning. Because even if I let this go down, because my Scizor is burned, even like if I set up a sword stance, I'm not going to be able to kill the Roserade from 76. So that flinch lost Magick the game. I felt very, very bad about it. It's hard to be excited about a win like this that gets me into NPL Majors because of the way that I got it. But I don't. I was talking to Anthony Iron Flash Gaming, who I talk to a lot, and he was just saying that I can't get mad over this loss. I was talking to Gypsy as well, and the season that I've had this season, after this win, I'm now 8-1, and I shouldn't. Basically, Gypsy said I shouldn't let this this loss take away from the season that I've had, and I think this season that I had has shown that I am worthy of NPL Majors even after this game that I won with that flinch. So definitely happy to be in NPL Majors. Very, very excited. But I'm just gonna let this finish out, as if I missed that rock slide, it also could have been a win for Magick. But no, I did land it, and he could not lock himself into a move that kills both my Pokemon. So now I can go into my Scizor, and I just roost up first. And then I start Swords Dancing up just so I can make this game a little faster. But I'm just gonna let these last few turns play out, and then we'll talk a little bit more at the end about that unfortunate flinch. So I just set up a Swords Dance, and now I'm not in range of like anything. I just Bullet Punch because it's a 2-hit KO, and you guys can see another possible way I could have won if I didn't get that flinch is if I went to my Scizor and Swords Dance, killed the Mimikyu, and then a crit Bullet Punch could have possibly killed this Roserade at +2. But obviously another changing point in this match I definitely think was letting my Scizor get burned. If I didn't do that, it could have won late game for sure. But I let it get burned. But I quick Bullet Punch again, and we get a close 1-0 win versus David. Like I've said already, the flinch, definitely unfortunate. We did some calcs after the game. He had 32 attack on his Mimikyu. So play rough was the roll was 60 to 71, and he also had Shadow Sneak, so which was 13 to 17. So if he got 2 low rolls on that, he would have done 73. And the low roll on Modest Technician HP Fire to Terrakion is 17. And I was at 88, so 3 low rolls, complete low rolls equal 90. So I would have guaranteed died. So if he didn't have Shadow Sneak, though, I actually did win without a crit on his end. Well, he did. And there's nothing else I could really say about it. I'm very sad that David lost that game to that flinch. He now has to play, spoilers, he has to play Verd, who lost the Mono to Hacks as well. So me and Mono in the championship, and Verd and David are playing in the 3rd place game. I really don't know who I want to win that game. Verd is a very good mate of mine. We always talk about our teams with each other, and we mock and help each other prep. But I really do feel for David with this loss. There's nothing really else I can really say about it. Like I said, I think my season at this point now, it being 8-1 and winning all the games that I did, I think at this point proves that I am worthy of being in the NPL Majors. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. We are now in the NPL Majors, and we are in the NPL Minors Championship against Mono. But I do want to say as well, in my first NPL Minors season, Season 2, I finished 4-4 in that season, losing in round 1 of the playoffs. And that season was probably one of the hacksiest seasons I've ever had in a league format. I went 4-4, like I said, and I only had one game in which and out of my 4 losses, I only lost one of those without hacks. Including my playoff game, I actually did lose to hacks as well. But that's going to be it, guys. Very sorry to Magick about that. But we are in the NPL we are in the NPL Majors now. We are moving on to the finals. I am very, very excited that I'm in the NPL Majors. I cannot tell you guys how happy I am to be in the NPL Majors. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed my little speech, I guess, at the end, definitely hit that like button down below. And I will see you guys next time.